Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Robert Parris, Chris Flaherty, Peter Brown with the weather, Marge McDonald with the Senior Citizens Report, and Madison Shipka with Community Calendar. Thank you for joining us. Target has confirmed that it will be opening in the Crossroads Plaza in Burlington and has supplied additional information on the incoming store. As reported on BNews, the Roach Brothers in the plaza at 34 Cambridge Street is set to close when its lease expires on December 9th. This week, Target announced plans to expand in the area with two new small format stores, one in the Roach Brothers location at Crossroads Plaza and another in Porter Square in Cambridge. Both stores are expected to open in October of 2018. Target also released additional information about the Burlington store. It will be approximately 46,000 square feet, and the store will employ approximately 75 employees and will provide a variety of items, including groceries, baby and kid items, clothing and accessories, and hygiene and beauty products. The store will also have a CVS pharmacy. Target said the new locations will help the company serve thousands of new customers. Burlington Public Schools Superintendent posted a blog post answering a question brought up at a recent discussion about a report on student activity accounts in the middle and elementary schools. As reported on BNews, a June 30, 2017 report put together by the CPA accountant firm Roselli and Clark & Associates was part of the school department's compliance with the 2015 agreed upon procedures and audit guidelines for student activity funds issued by the Mass Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. Under the new guidelines, student activity accounts must undergo an audit every 3 years, and school officials say this is part of that process. During the November 14 school committee meeting, there was a wide-ranging discussion about the report and the findings it had critical of how the different schools manage the activity accounts. Another question that arose was whether the look at the accounts constituted an audit of them, as Conti said repeatedly during the meeting. Some concerned parents and town meeting members challenged the assertion, pointing to the report by Roselli and Clark itself that states they were not engaged to and did not conduct an audit. Those questioning whether this report qualified as an audit said they were concerned that if it didn't meet the guidelines, the school department could potentially be further out of compliance. Superintendent Conti posted a blog this week with clarification from Roselli, Clark & Associates. He quotes them as saying, "We have to write all that way because it is not a gap audit. Under the Mass General laws, the regulation states the activities are audited in accordance with the guidelines established by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education. So in following the guidelines, we have conducted the audit as required under the law." Another report by the same firm detailing problems with the high school music and performing arts revolving account, which has significantly larger funds, will be up for discussion at the December 19 school committee meeting. Eversource has been given the green light from the state to increase its rates starting on January 1st, but fortunately most Burlington residents won't be impacted. The Department of Public Utilities last week approved nearly $37 million per year rate kite for Eversource Massachusetts customers. This will break down to an additional $12.2 million for what Eastern Massachusetts customers will pay and $24.7 added to what Western Mass customers will pay. Though significant, the hike is much smaller than the $91 million the utility company had requested. Still, the move did have its critics. Mass Attorney General Maura Healey tried to block the rate hike, and when that failed, came out against the decision. She said in a release that the decision allowed additional annual rate increases of over 3.5% per year over the following 4 years for a total increase of $220 million over a 5-year period. She said it was especially egregious that the increase includes a 10% shareholder return, one of the highest in the country for utilities. Fortunately, most Burlington residents do not get their electricity from Eversource. Due to a program the town entered into in late 2015 and renewed as necessary, it is part of an aggregation power supply arrangement with Colonial Power. That means the town has a fixed rate until the agreement expires in June of 2018. Town Administrator Petrin said this arrangement protects those enrolled in the program against rate hikes. When it went into effect, all residents were automatically enrolled. Any that decided to opt out can now opt back in. Petrin said that when the arrangement expires in June, the town will go back out and look for the best rates. It's the time of year where you can find wreaths hanging on every front door. This weekend over at Atria Longmeadow Place was their 11th annual Festival of Wreaths. BNews reporter Chris Flaherty visited Atria to see the wreaths on display and learn more of the annual tradition.
A long-standing holiday custom is to decorate a door or entryway with a wreath. An over a decade-old tradition at Atria Longmeadow Place is the Festival of Wreaths.
It started 11 years back, and every year we have signature events we raise money for Alzheimer's, and we wanted to do something special around the holidays. We wanted to include all of our local businesses, our neighbors, and a lot of the healthcare providers and partners that we work with. So we came up with the Festival of Wreaths, and as you can see around us, there's a lot of beautiful wreaths. We have the community that comes in, our residents family, they come in and they buy a raffle ticket, and all the money that we raise goes to the Alzheimer's Foundation. It's one of our signature events that we do every year.
Wreaths on display at the festival are crafted and donated by various neighbors and organizations around the Burlington area.
Local Burlington neighbors, some of the families, some of our staff. We have a lot of our professional healthcare providers that we work with, and also local businesses are a big part of making this festival a success for the last 11 years.
The Festival of Wreaths has become a highlight of the holiday season for Atria residents.
Lots of chatter, lots of excitement leading up to it. Like I said, we have a lot of residents that participate. You know, they're at the desk buying their chances. They're constantly walking through here. They invite their family in to see the wreaths. It's a really exciting time of year, especially in our community. So they absolutely love it, and they look forward to it.
The festival is a lovely reminder on the importance of looking out for our seniors during the holiday season.
We have wonderful seniors that live with us, but seniors that are living sort of on their own. It's really important during the holiday seasons to ensure that they're getting hot meals, they're hydrated. The seasons can be a happy time for a lot, but also it could bring some sadness to some, so it's important to make sure that you're ringing the doorbell of your neighbor, bringing him or her a cake or checking in on them, especially in snowstorms and so on and so forth. So they're a big part of our community at Atria as well as in Burlington, so looking out for them and visiting and checking in on them is really important.
From all of us to all of you, happy holidays. Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly.
Middlesex County Sheriff's Office is warning of the return of an old phone scam. They are warning residents of ongoing telephone scams in which perpetrators are posing as employees of the Office of the Sheriff. The warning is being issued in response to recent incidents in which local residents reported calls from individuals falsely claiming to work for the sheriff's office. Scammers alleged those receiving the calls had missed jury duty and were subjected to arrest unless they immediately paid a fine using gift cards. Middlesex Sheriff Peter J. Katusian said that under no circumstances will deputies ever threaten arrest over the phone or demand individuals pay a fine or any debt using prepaid debit or gift cards. Anyone who may have received similar calls is encouraged to report them to the local police department and the office's digital forensics unit at 978-932-1293. The Middlesex Sheriff's Office is also working to reform how it incarcerates and deals with young inmates. Peter Katusian recently announced plans to open a new unit specially designed for young adult offenders at the Middlesex Jail and House of Correction in Billerica. Working with the Vera Institute of Justice and UTEC, a community-based program for young adults with history of incarceration, the office will repurpose existing space at the Middlesex Jail in Billerica to operate the unit for individuals 18 to 24 years old. The Middlesex Sheriff's Office is the first local jurisdiction in the nation to work with Vera to create such a specialized unit. Sheriff Katusian said the approach historically taken with this population has not been working, and it's not in the best interest of communities that these individuals or their families to continue down this path. New approaches based on scientific research and proven practices are required for us to break the cycle of incarceration these young adults find themselves trapped in. As part of a review of the Commonwealth's justice system in 2016, the Council of State Governments Justice Center found 18 to 24-year-olds released from Massachusetts correctional facilities have a higher recidivism rate than older adults. The program, part of a review, in preparation for the young adults unit opening, the Sheriff's Office, Vera, and UTEC are undertaking a planning and implementation process, which includes data collection, collaborative on-site research, and visits to the Cheshire Correctional Institution. Over the coming months, staff members selected to work in the unit will undergo a specialized training. A process will be established to identify and screen participants, and a finalized design for the unit will be completed. The unit will open in February of 2018. The Burlington High School Drama Club is getting ready to perform their next major production, Fahrenheit 451, which is based on the dystopian classic by Ray Bradbury, those of you who are science fiction fans. BNEWS reporter Robert Paris went down to check out a rehearsal and has this report.
A famous dystopian story about a future of rampant censorship is hitting the stage at BHS. This week I went down to the Fogelberg Auditorium to see students rehearse for the upcoming play based on Ray Bradbury's classic novel, Fahrenheit 451.
Fahrenheit 451 is a dystopian story about a world where everyone is allowed entertainment to become more important than facts, more important than intelligence, more important than intellectualism. And Guy Montag, our main character, is a fireman, and in this future, firemen are tasked with burning books, any book containing any controversial idea.
BHS English teacher Kate Hill has been involved in performing arts for many years and is very excited to be the director of this year's play.
I've been performing in shows since I was in high school and when I was in college, and when I started teaching, it was a clear connection between teaching English, literature, and directing plays. It's something I've always been passionate about, and I love watching these kids grow as actors.
I got a chance to speak to some of the performers and learned a little bit about the characters they will be portraying.
I am Guy Montag, the protagonist of the story, and in this society he starts out as just, another component of the society who doesn't really think much and doesn't think about, he's a fireman, which means that he goes to house and burns books, and he doesn't think much about this at the beginning of the play. But over the course of the play, he evolves into a character who starts to question the society and realizes the value that books provide. So it's really interesting to portray this dynamic character.
So I play Clarice, and basically she's kind of like the person that guides Montag along his journey, and like helps him see that books matter and that knowledge matters.
I'm Fire Chief Beatty. I'm the main antagonist in the film, so I'm kind of evil, and I'm a bit of a hypocrite. So I burn books, but I also read them, which is kind of taboo.
Being an actor or actress in school is a little bit of a challenge, as students have to study hard and do their homework while also doing extra work, memorizing their lines.
I think Guy Montag is an especially interesting and challenging character to portray because it's so dynamic and he varies widely in his emotions throughout the play. Sometimes he's listening intently interested, sometimes he's really angry with someone. So yeah, this shift in emotions is probably the hardest thing.
So it's great because Mr. Hill is actually my teacher in class. That part's great because he, whenever we have a ton of homework, he goes light on rehearsal and vice versa. But other classes, sometimes it's challenging, but not really. I like theater, so I just make sure I get my grades. And
I think I have to play a lot off of Montag, Ben. I try to hurt the other characters intellectually, not so much physically. It's a lot of mind games, and it's interesting trying to figure out what would bother them most.
Finally, Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451 is another example of classic literature, and watching it being performed live is an extra treat.
I want people to consider concepts around mass culture. That's what Ray Bradbury wanted to talk about, that and censorship. So it would behoove us to listen to this story from 50, 60, 70 years ago and consider how it still relates to the world today.
Performances for the play will be on Friday, December 15th at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday, December 16th at 2 p.m. Tickets range from $10 to $15 and are available at www.burlingtontheater.com, or you can call 781-A-FUN-TICK. And tickets will also be available at the door the day of the performance. From the Fogelberg Auditorium, I'm Robert Paris for BNEWS Weekly.
The Burlington Police Department is asking for the public's assistance in ensuring everyone has a safe holiday season. Police Chief Michael Kent said as part of its ongoing 12 days of holiday safety tips, the department encourages residents and businesses to remember to see something, say something, and protect their community by recognizing and reporting suspicious activity. Chief Kent said that with more people out and about this holiday season, they want everyone to remain vigilant and be mindful of suspicious activity of all kinds in their neighborhoods and throughout the community. If something seems suspicious or out of place, it's worthwhile to report it and allow our police officers to investigate. Suspicious activities include unusual items or situations, a vehicle parked at an odd location, a package left unattended, a window or door left open that is normally closed, and any other out of ordinary situation. Eliciting information, if a person questions other individuals at a level that is beyond normal curiosity about a building's purpose, operations, security procedures, personnel, or shift changes, etc., that's suspicious. Observation surveillance, an individual who pays unusual attention to facilities or buildings beyond a casual professional interest. This includes extended loitering without explanation, especially in concealed locations, unusual repeated and or prolonged observations of a building, example with binoculars or video camera, taking notes or measurements, counting paces, sketching floor plans, etc. Many of these activities could be innocent, but police are ultimately responsible for determining whether the behavior should be investigated. Police say that if you do see something suspicious, whether it's in a residential neighborhood, downtown, or in a high-traffic business district, such as 3rd Ave or the Burlington Mall, you should report it to the Burlington Police Department at 781-272-1212 and describe specifically what you observed, including who or what you saw when you saw it and where it occurred and why it's suspicious, and always try and get a license plate number and description of the automobile if you can. The BCAT show Be Prepared is tackling a difficult but important subject with 2 shows airing in December and January. BNews Director Rich Hosford was at the taping and has this report.
A panel of experts gathered here at BCAT recently to tape a new episode of the show Be Prepared, a collaboration with the Burlington Volunteer Reserve Corps, to speak about the important and serious topic of elder abuse and how to spot, prevent, and deal with it.
Well, tonight we were talking about elder abuse and how much of a problem it is in this country, not just in this area. And my guests tonight were all experts in the field and have an awful lot to say and a lot of good information for people out there. And I'm hoping that people will watch this broadcast and take in all that information, because I'm sure in their life, whether it be them personally being abused, they may know someone that is being abused, and they can do something about it if they know where to go and what to do.
One guest was Middlesex County District Attorney Marion Ryan, who said the number one message she wanted people who are being abused or people who suspect a loved one is being hurt to know is that there is help.
Really just making people aware of the fact that there are so many options. You know, very often people live afraid in their own homes because either they're embarrassed or they think that no one can help them, or probably the worst fear is that if I tell somebody about what's been happening here, I'll end up being taken out of my home. And none of those are true. There are lots of services, lots of ranges of options of things that are available that permit people to be safe and to stay in their own home.
District Attorney Ryan also spoke about the importance of family members of seniors helping when they suspect something is wrong, and when in doubt, to trust the feeling in their gut.
Well, I think one of the things is, you know, we all have a sense of when we know someone and we think something's different, something's wrong. And a lot of times you just have to trust your instincts about that. If you think something is odd or things seem different than they used to be, there probably is something going on. And it's really important to be asking those questions, to act as promptly as when you start to suspect something. Because very often by the time cases get to us, if it's financial, a lot of money has been lost. If it's physical abuse, people have suffered a lot of unnecessary pain and anguish that could have been avoided if somebody had intervened early on. So the important thing is, if you suspect something, probe that, figure out what's going on. If it turns out it's nothing, that's fine. That's the best news. And if there's something there, the sooner we can get into that, the better.
Burlington Council on Aging Director Marge McDonald said she wanted people to know that her office at the Senior Center is there for people looking for help.
I think really it's not to be afraid to come to the authorities and tell us that something's going on and that you're worried about it. Something that seems small to you could actually be quite large, or it could be the opposite. But always better to be safe than sorry. Like we said during the program, if you're afraid to go to protective services or you're afraid to go to the police, come to the Council on Aging.
Marge said that a common fear among seniors is that if they come forward, they'll be taken out of their homes, but that there are many services available for people that will provide the help they need without displacing them.
I think the most important is protective services. But when you have somebody who's being neglected or abused, you have all sorts of home care services. So, you can have people helping you with your house cleaning, with your grocery shopping, with helping you get in and out of the tub if you need that. Home delivered meals, although you don't have to have home delivered meals, you can do the grocery shopping. But there's lots of services we can get in the home that will enable somebody to stay home and not have to worry about their abuser taking care of them.
Finally, the host of the show said she was happy with the information her panel brought and hopes people will tune in to learn more about this important topic.
Oh, I thought they did a super job. I mean, I don't think there was anything else they could have said that we needed to hear. I think they covered it quite thoroughly, everything we needed to know about the subject of elder abuse.
Be Prepared airs on BCAT's public channel and is on our website. Learn more at www.bcattv.org. Here in the BCAT studios, I'm BNEWS Director Rich Hosford.
We go now to BNews weatherman Peter Brown for the latest forecast. We'll also check out the community calendar with Madison Shipka to see what's happening in Burlington.
Well, hello everyone, and this is Peter Brown with a look at your weather for the next 7 days. And here we are, folks. We are really into the start of meteorological winter now, with the start of official winter, the winter solstice coming up in only a couple of weeks. And when you step outside, starting off our period, and actually throughout the next 7 days, it is definitely going to feel like the month of December, that's for sure. We're going to be starting out our highs on Friday, a little bit actually below average, so temperatures in the upper 30s, but again, nothing uncommon for this time of the year, that's for sure. And our evening temperatures about average, so very chilly, of course, getting into this time of the year, only in the low 20s. Now, interestingly enough, I want to show you right down here, our sunset is now at 4:12 in the afternoon. And this is actually the earliest that the sun is going to be setting. Now, because of the shape of the Earth, curvature of the Earth, our mornings are going to keep getting later, our sunsets, but the sunrises are going to be getting later. Our sunsets are actually at the earliest they're going to be. So only a couple of weeks to go, and our sunset time is going to start getting later again. So that's something actually to look forward to as we head in towards the winter. Now, as we go ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about what's going to be going on with our weather for the next 7 days. And we're going to be seeing a little bit more of an active pattern here as we get into the first full week of December here. We're going to be looking at a couple of systems that may be bringing us some unsettled weather the next 7 days. Now, on Saturday, there's going to be a small system heading out towards southeast of us, southeast of the Burlington area. This is most likely going to bring a chance of snow, maybe towards the southeastern part of the state into the Cape. So if you're going to be traveling anywhere down there, just keep in mind you might see some light accumulating snow, and actually getting into Saturday morning, we may see a few flakes here in the Burlington area as this storm system passes off and heads out to sea. Now, as we get into the middle of the week, getting into the Tuesday time frame or so, we are going to see an Alberta clipper system coming in towards the western New York area, and that's going to be diving towards us here in southern New England. As of right now, it looks like it's going to kind of stay maybe over central New England a little bit, and that could bring us a chance of maybe, again, some snow showers and maybe some very, very chilly rain showers around here. Again, nothing really too serious to take a look at, but something to keep in mind that if you're out there on Monday night and Tuesday morning, might be a little bit of slick weather, especially going out and commuting early Tuesday morning. Other than that, though, it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any big nor'easters as of right now, so that's a good thing right now. If you are, though, traveling out towards the Great Lakes, though, we are going to be seeing the lake effect snow machine turned on for most of the week. So if you have business out near Buffalo and places like that, there is going to be feet of snow out there, but not for us here in the Burlington area, that's for sure. Now, as we go ahead, I'm going to show you another little graphic here that's a little bit interesting. Of course, this is our first snowfall graphic of the year, courtesy of the National Weather Service, and this is going to be for the event going into Friday night into Saturday morning. As you can see here on our graphic up here in the Burlington area, really not expecting anything. At the most, a dusting of snow, really not much more than that. Again, if you're traveling down towards the Cape, you might see a couple of areas to get 3 to 4 inches of snow as you get just onto the Cape. So that's actually going to be our first real taste of winter coming up. But again, for your Burlington area, it looks like we're going to be pretty much in the clear. That's for certain. And as we go ahead, I'm going to show you a little bit about those temperatures that we're going to be seeing for the next 7 days. And if you are a warm weather fan, this is not exactly the forecast you're going to be looking for. But if you like the cool weather and the winter feel to the air, this is going to be the week for you. That's for sure. Again, starting out on Friday, some pretty pleasant conditions. Clouds building in the afternoon as that weak system passes us by. Temperatures, again, in the upper 30s, so about average for this time of the year. Kind of chilly and raw maybe Saturday. Again, here in the Burlington area, we're going to be seeing maybe just mostly cloudy skies, maybe a few flurries, but kind of chilly. Temperatures only in the mid-30s. Now, on Sunday, as we get towards Sunday and we're getting in towards the evening, and if you're joining us for our tree lighting here on the Burlington Common, we are going to see some pretty chilly temperatures if you have the kids out there. So make sure you bundle them up. Temperatures are going to be falling into the upper to mid-20s by the time we get to the tree lighting time. So bear that in mind. Monday, again, another fairly pleasant day. Clouds building as that system comes into the west towards the Burlington area on Tuesday. We may see a little mix of rain and snow with, again, chilly temperatures, but nothing compares to what Wednesday is going to be like. We're going to have some pretty blustery conditions here and temperatures only in the mid to upper 20s. So it's going to be chilly, especially as we get towards the end of the week. So winter is definitely here, folks. That's for sure. Those really nice 70 and 80 degree October days are a distant memory right now. It doesn't look like we're really going to be seeing any real warmth coming back into our area. Going to be a little bit average to a below average for the next couple of weeks out there. So everyone, get out there, enjoy the weather. We hope to see you at the tree lighting ceremony on Sunday afternoon on the Common, and have a great weekend.
Hello, I'm Maddie Shipka, and this is your community calendar. Come eat some sweets for a good cause. On Thursday, December 14th, from 4 to 6 p.m., the organization The Mama Bear Effect will be having a fundraiser called Cookies and Cocoa at the Grandview Farm. There will also be cookie decorating, hot cocoa, and raffles. Everyone is welcome. Tickets are $10 a person, and children under 2 are free. For tickets, please visit www.themamabeareffect.org. Come in your best outfit and get ready for a night of dancing on the ballroom floor. On Thursday, December 14th, from 7 to 10 p.m. at the Hilton Garden Inn on 5 Wheeler Road, come celebrate the 50th anniversary finale with the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department as they conclude the year with their very own gala. The event is $30 per person or $250 for a table of 10. Everyone is welcome to the event. For more information and to sign up, please visit the Burlington Rec Department or call 781-270-1695. Bring your family and friends and join together to celebrate the Festival of Lights and Dedication. On Sunday, December 17th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., Temple Shalom Emeth will be having their community Hanukkah party. Come by and celebrate all the fun festivities of Hanukkah. The event will have homemade latkes, raffles, children's holiday activities and crafts, and last-minute gift opportunities through the Temple Script fundraising program. Everyone is welcome, and the event is free. For more information, call the Temple at 781-272-2351. I'm Maddie Shipka, and this has been your Community Calendar.
One place where there's a lot happening is at the Senior Center. We go now to Council on Aging Director Marge McDonald for Senior News.
Hello. We are deep into the December holiday season, with Hanukkah starting in a few days and Christmas 2 weeks away. We already have the police holiday dinner under our belts. Our senior police liaison, Lynn Reynolds, did a fantastic job with her first time coordinating the event. We have Dan Clark, also known as the Singing Trooper, coming Wednesday the 13th for his holiday program. This is a popular event, and we ask that you at least call to sign up so we don't have to turn anyone away at the door. He puts on a wonderful program that will bring you back to Christmases of your childhood. On Monday, December 18th, we will be showing some throwback Christmas episodes of your favorite sitcoms. We start with Laverne and Shirley, then The Odd Couple, Cheers, and finish up with Love American Style. Then Wednesday the 13th is fun-packed with the high school chorus coming earlier than usual at noon, followed by Big Smile Productions with an old-time Christmas radio show. This old-time radio show has Christmas music as well as original commercials. Big Smile was here over the summer with an old-time radio show, which was a ton of fun, and I promised I would bring them back for the Christmas version. I hope you can make it. Karen Halloran of Care One will be here on Wednesday, December 27th with Name That Tune. The Senior Center will close at 11 a.m. on December 22nd, so staff can join the rest of the town employees at our holiday party. It is well deserved. Our staff works hard to serve the residents in Burlington, and we hope to continue being able to serve you all the way you deserve to be served. The next few months could be rocky, but please remember we are trying our best to keep everyone safe while keeping as many activities and services as possible going. I do know that we will be dismantling the pool table in the next couple of weeks and putting it in storage until the renovations are completed. Besides the fact that the slate is too heavy to move around, the more we move it and dismantle it and put it back together again, the more likely it is to get damaged. Demo has begun upstairs, and at some point our offices will temporarily move up there while they work on downstairs. But I don't have a date when that will occur, so for now, we'll just go about our business. Please note that most likely, if there are any more closures of the Senior Center, staff will still be working somewhere. So if you need us, just call. We will continue to send out robocalls to let folks who come to the Senior Center know what is happening. I wish you all a joyous, peaceful, and active holiday season and New Year. I'm Marge McDonald, and I hope to see you at the Senior Center.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week's photo shows that dogs can do just about anything, including listening to stories read by children. It was sent in by Linda McNamee and shows her daughter, Gwyneth, reading a story to one of the temporary residents of the MSPCA's Nevins Farm in Methuen. Every year, Gwyneth and her brother, Evan, ask for donations for the shelter for their birthdays in lieu of gifts for themselves, and then spend a day with the animals. Nevins Farm invites children in grades 1 to 4 to come read to the animals the first Sunday of every month. Reading to the animals teach the children community service while building literacy skills. It also helps the animals learn social skills. Thank you for the photo, Linda. We'd like to see your photos of your friends, your pets, your family members, anything outside your door, or anything that interests you and you'd like to share with BCAT and the community. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line, Photo of the Week. That's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with Rich Hosford, Chris Flaherty, Robert Parrish, Peter Brown, Marge McDonald, Madison Shipka. Thank you for joining us, and happy Hanukkah.